Hey guys, welcome back. We're back with another SFS video on our promised one. And we're doing another part of our collaboration station. You can see there's someone added a Soyuz-like module there. And we're going to start off with our first launch pretty quickly here. So this rocket that I've made here is a design I've actually had for quite a while. It's an older design of mine. It still looks really well though in the latest update, so that's good. It's fairly basic. The bottom stage I did modify a little bit. It's recoverable. This upper stage kind of looks like a starship. You can land it that way, which is kind of pretty cool. I would say that I was kind of like inadvertently inspired by it. I didn't try to make a recreation, but it turned out that way a little bit. We've even got a header tank up on the top, which is separate from the bottom, which is, unintentional as well. Our payload's actually in the middle there. We do have some technical difficulties with that, which I'll talk about once we get there. But right now we're trying to land the booster. So I got our other part of the craft. It's up on a trajectory that is sending it up to rendezvous with a craft. And in the meantime, I've switched back to the booster here so that we can land it. We're having a little bit of trouble here. It's stuck upside down just due to the aerodynamics with those solar panels. But you can see here we're getting pretty close to the ground. I zoom out to see how far away we are. And I was going to use the parachutes, but I decided here we have enough fuel to where I can propulsively land this like a Falcon 9. And it turns out pretty well. We land pretty softly, a little bit hovering a little bit, but that's okay. We land down. So now I'm quickly shifting back to our craft in orbit and time warping ahead to our encounter. And here you'll see I'm just kind of doing our, my standard point in the opposite direction of our relative velocity to it and try to cancel that out and then burn kind of towards the target. And eventually at some point you want to get rid of that navigation indicator because it ends up just being more trouble than it's worth. You kind of see it off there in the distance if you look pretty hard. But we're coming in hot here, getting pretty close. Took a little bit, pointed the long way a little bit much, overcorrected a bit for each of the burns, but we pretty quickly, I find a docking port that's open and I move over to come dock with it. Our docking port is actually in between the two engines on the bottom, so that's pretty interesting. We dock engine down to it. And then here is where I was planning on deploying our communications module, but for some reason it would not come out. I've checked the blueprint. There's nothing clipping. Nothing should be holding it into the rocket there. But no matter what I tried, it would not come out. So this is actually the second time I tried this mission. This is I changed the blueprint about the first time because it did this. I have no idea what the issue was. But eventually I just decided, we're just going to leave that part here. And then I decided to try and balance out all the fuel levels on the whole thing because you can see there, it's a little messy in the bottom left with all those different gauges everywhere. So I just go around using that big fuel tank we sent up in, I think episode 2 or 3, trying to refuel all the fuel tanks. Unfortunately, there are three or four tanks that I cannot access in any way. But that's actually the end of our video, guys. I want to thank you for watching. Make sure you hit like, make sure you subscribe, and I should have another video out soon. Bye.